Mojo stepped into class one morning. There was a curious drawing on the blackboard that could only mean one thing. "Class," said the teacher, "tomorrow we'll be taking a field trip." Mojo knew exactly where he wanted to go: the Space Museum. Mojo's space dreams were running wild until the teacher said, "We'll be going to the Aviation Museum." And just like that, Mojo's dream of the Space Museum went up in smoke. "Katie, can you believe we have to spend all day looking at boring planes?" "Well, you know what they say," said Katie. "Time flies when you're having fun." The teacher interrupted Mojo's thoughts. "Now, class," she said, "who wants to fly paper airplanes?" "Yay! This is the best day ever!" shouted the students. But Mojo did not agree. "Worst day ever," he mumbled to himself. The class flew their paper airplanes, but Mojo stayed glum through reading, onto recess, and even at lunch, which was normally his favorite time of day. "You're in a bad mood today, huh, Mojo?" said Katie. "I am not." "What's a mood?" "Moods are kind of like your own personal weather," said Katie. "When you're in a good mood, everything seems bright and warm, like a sunny day. And when you're in a bad mood, it's like big rain clouds are overhead, and nothing you do makes you happy, even playing with paper airplanes." "Oh no," said Mojo. "So I'll never be happy again?" "Of course you will. Moods come and go. Your rain clouds will go away, and your mood will be bright again. It just takes time." "Oh, time? Time is the worst," said Mojo. "I want to be happy now." "Well, you could try to change your mood, I guess," said Katie. "You can change your mood?" Mojo asked. "How?" But just then, Katie was called away to co-pilot the class's new paper airplane. Mojo was left to wonder. But what do you think? Have you ever been in a bad mood? Do you think it's possible to change your mood? Everyone was excited for the class field trip to the Aviation Museum. Everyone except Mojo. For Mojo had his heart set on a trip to the Space Museum. And now he found himself in a bad mood. He couldn't laugh. He couldn't even manage a smile. His mood was so bad, it was even starting to spread to his friends. Just then, a gruff voice called out, "What's the matter, kiddo? Don't you like airplanes?" It was the bus driver. "Well," said Mojo, "I just really wish we were going to the Space Museum. Space is so much better." "And now you've made the choice to be in a bad mood about it, huh?" "What? I didn't choose anything," said Mojo. "Moods are like the weather. They come and go, and there's nothing you can do to change it." "Oh, I get it," said the driver. "You're like a helpless little balloon. The wind and rain push you around, and there's nothing you can do about it, right?" "Right," said Mojo. "Wrong," said the driver. "You're not a balloon, kid." I'm not," said Mojo. "No, sir," said the driver. "You're more like the pilot of a plane." Mojo rolled his eyes. Planes were about the last thing he wanted to hear about. But the driver went on. "As a pilot, you could sit there and complain about the weather. But you have a choice. You can choose to steer yourself above the bad weather to sunnier skies." "Ooh, I can steer myself." "That's right, kid. You can steer down deeper into the storm, or you can steer up above the clouds and into sunnier skies." Mojo was delighted to discover a way out of his bad mood, but he had one more question. How do I steer myself? First, just remember, you always have a choice. Always. Second, and this is the most important thing, but just then, the bus arrived, and the students were hurried off to the Aviation Museum. Now, what do you think? Can you really steer yourself out of a bad mood? Mojo and his class had arrived at the Aviation Museum. He still wasn't sure how to change his mood to be good, but he sure was going to try. But try as he might, it was hard not to feel like the day just wasn't going well. You're not a balloon kid. You're more like the pilot of a plane. Oh, it's hopeless. Even if my mood is a plane, I'm still not a pilot. Did someone mention a pilot? Said a nice woman's voice. It was Amelia Earhart, the first woman to ever fly a plane across the Atlantic. Well, I know I'm supposed to steer myself to a better mood. I just don't know how. Maybe I can help, Amelia said. Have a seat. Okay. Whoa! Mojo exclaimed. I've always wanted to fly a plane. How do you fly a plane? Start by checking what your attitude is. Right. Attitude? What's attitude? Your attitude controls whether your plane aims up or down. If your attitude is positive, your plane will fly higher. But if you have a negative attitude, your plane goes down too. No! We're going down! Help! You've got a negative attitude. How do we steer up? There's no controls! I should have mentioned this plane is controlled by your attitude. All you have to do is change your attitude to be in a good mood. We're going to die. Now, Mojo, changing your attitude is easy. No, it's not. The cafe food looks terrible, and the lines are too long, and I wanted to go to the Space Museum. Oh, there's your problem, Mojo. Instead of wishing things were different, focus on what you can control. What can I control? I can't control what our trip was. I can't control where the bus stopped. I can't even control how long the line is. You can't change how long it is, but what could you do to still have fun? I guess I could play some cards with my friends while we wait. And that would mean the longer the line was, the more time you'd have to play. You're right. Wow, thanks, Amelia Earhart. Say, why is your exhibit so empty? People have a hard time finding me. You're having a pretty lucky day, Mojo. Mojo realized that he would never have met Amelia Earhart if all the things he thought were bad hadn't happened. Have you checked your attitude recently? Is it positive or negative right now? And what can you do to make it more positive?